Nearly half a decade removed from reaching back-to-back Super Bowls, the Seattle Seahawks have declined over time due to drafting struggles since their Super Bowl years and their aging of the entire core. Because of this, the team made the decision to fire longtime general manager John Schneider and replace him with former Seahawks personnel executive Scott McCloughan, who claims to now be a recovered alcoholic. McCloughan has a special eye for talent that helped build the Seahawks' original Legion of Boom in just 2 drafts and lead the Redskins to 2 straight winning seasons right out the gate. Now general manager, this will not be the same Seahawks core that he built years ago. After an 11-5 season that resulted in a wild-card playoff loss to the Los Angeles Rams, Pete Carroll and the Seahawks mutually decided to part ways. Carroll was hired by Houston days later, and the Seahawks hired a new head coach in Demetrius Turner. Carroll's departure, of course, was not taken well. Shortly after the hiring, strong safety Cam Chancellor chose to retire after suffering a serious neck injury and would be joined by Cliff Averill for the same reason. Next, McCloughan opted to trade sassy cornerback Jeremy Lane to the Panthers for a 6th-round pick, and to the surprise of many fans, traded Richard Sherman and his massive cap number to the Miami Dolphins in return for a future 1st-round pick. And days later, linebacker KJ Wright demanded a trade following the roster destruction. He was dealt to Pete Carroll's Houston Texans for future draft capital, and was the same situation with longtime defensive end Michael Bennett, who was dealt to the Baltimore Ravens. All of a sudden, Seattle's dominant defensive core was destroyed, and the team would be forced to build around a limited number of key players. Along with this, primary red zone threat Jimmy Graham chose to sign a monster contract with the Green Bay Packers. In return, Graham's departure would gain the Seahawks a future 2nd-round compensatory selection in the draft. Defensive tackle Sheldon Richardson elected to sign with the Chicago Bears despite rumors of a Jets reunion. They were unable to agree to a long-term deal, so he was given $12 million for 1 season to allow further negotiations later. The Seahawks were no longer the Seahawks they once were, and there was no surprise when every player with expiring contracts elected to go elsewhere. However, in free agency, Will Lutz was signed to replace the infamous Blair Walsh, and Jordan Matthews was signed with hopes that he could replace Paul Richardson as a reliable playmaker on the offense. Along with this, 23-year-old tight end Ricky Seals-Jones was signed to provide depth and a vertical threat due to the departure of Jimmy Graham. McCloughan found a diamond in the rough in Kenneth Dixon, who wanted to come in and compete to be the starting running back. He's just 24 and has plenty of upside. With free agency wrapped up, here is Scott McCloughan's first draft class as Hawks GM. I don't agree with drafting tight ends in the 1st round, but playmaker Henry Chatham from Notre Dame is an exception and should make an immediate impact due to the hole left by Jimmy Graham. The Seahawks did not have a 2nd or 3rd round pick due to the Dwayne Brown and Sheldon Richardson trades, but selected talented edge rusher Glenn Hayden in the 4th along with a thumping linebacker in Alex Spach. McCloughan took Louis Alexander in the 5th, possibly seeking his next Richard Sherman, and despite the Seahawks' horrendous O-line, he waited until rounds 5 and 6 to address guard and tackle. With the new coaching staff, the Seahawks have gone into full rebuilding mode and have taken the massive drop-off everybody expected, but have a promising rookie draft class that they can build off of moving forward. That's going to do it, everybody, for me. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to leave a like and subscribe for more Seattle Seahawks franchise content moving forward. This video took a lot of work, so support is appreciated. Anyways, I'm Jack, and I will be talking to you guys later.